Alright, so we're progressing. Now let's create a firewall address object for the remote local area network that we want to establish a tunnel to. So let's create one. Let's name it remote IPSEC LAN. That's a subnet at the 10.0.1.0/24, and let's use this static route configuration so we can use it later on in our static route configuration. Alright, now let's move over to VPN, IPSEC tunnels, create new, custom, and let's name our tunnel since we are the initiator. Let's name our tunnel to branch. Next. Now we will look over at the different parameters, the ones that are really important, and I'll try to explain each. Now the remote gateway, that's our remote gateway IP address. We will reach to it through our WAN1 interface. Now we will not use net since we are not doing any network address translation. Both gateways have their public IP. They do not need to translate the IP address. It's a tunnel between both gateways. Now we can use dead peer detection that will check for any issues in our tunnel. Let's use a pre-shared key for the authentication between the two peers. Let's use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That will be the password that we will use. Now there are two modes at phase 1. The first one is aggressive, the second one is main. Using the main mode actually uses 6 packets to establish the first phase. The aggressive mode is much more quicker. It only uses 3 packets, but we will remain with the main ID protection mode. Now these are the encryption algorithms and the hash functions that are used. We can keep them as they are. We can eliminate some of them. Let's use AES 192 and SHA. Let's use SHA-1. Now the Diffie-Hellman group is the method or the way to initiate a secret key that both parties can use during the setup. We will keep the groups as 14 and 5. This is the key lifetime, 86400. We will not use local ID since we're only establishing one IPsec tunnel. And now let's move over to our phase 2. In phase 2, we will configure the remote and the local private networks. Now our local network and the remote address is the 10.0.1.0. All right, now we can move over to the advanced configuration where we can determine the encryption algorithms and the hash functions. We will keep it as they are. We will enable replay detection and perfect forward secrecy. That is a mechanism that initiates a new key each time this session ends. It's much more secure that way. And there it is. That's our tunnel. Step 1 is completed.